Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Wisdom Rose Petal, where you will find nothing but love, light, and real authenticity, because I refuse to be anything less, and so should you. For those that don't know me, I'm an intuitive psychic empath, Reiki master, teacher, a spiritual consort, if you will, and of course, a mother. If you are here, it is never by accident, and I do hope that you may find the highest good in these messages today. As always, take what resonates. Do not force or try to fit anything. This should just be confirmation or a place of guidance for you. I kindly ask for you to like, share, and subscribe. I am new to YouTube, yes. I've been reading for a few years. I do have an Etsy shop, and I've been doing in person, and I teach Reiki. But anyways, those that take the time to either comment or like or subscribe even, it means a lot because, well, I do want to create a community for fellow healers, light workers, or just, those seeking the highest good for themselves and those around them. If you have questions, absolutely please feel free to shoot me an email at wisdomrosepetal@gmail.com or check out my Etsy shop if you feel like getting your own private reading. But anyways, let's thank you for being here, and let's see what Spirit has for us today. I kind of I get this little pep in my step, I feel right away. I like this. It's exciting, actually, but it's confusing, I'm feeling. So I'm immediately picking up that this is for somebody that is feeling a renewed sense of hope. But it's weird because you don't know why, and you don't even know what's going to happen, but I feel like you're stepping into this place where it's like, you know what? I have never not been okay. Shit's hard. Shit can get hard, but things can be really beautiful too. And I feel like this message is about surrendering and also just finding the joy in the little things. I mean, even this morning, before I dropped my kid off at school, I was just looking out in the backyard, and I saw these two young squirrels, and I'm in the Midwest, and there's snow on the ground here, and it's freezing, and you can tell that they're trying to not use the grass, but they're trying to I guess take shortcuts by jumping through the trees, but they're chasing each other too. And it was just like this playful, youthful energy where it's like they know they have stuff to do, like get their nuts, whatever, but it was almost like they don't care, like they know what they have to do, but they didn't care how they got there. And kind of goes in sync with what I'm feeling, like that message, I think it was yesterday that I posted. It was about it was just about how now I'm drawing a blank. Maybe you just don't need to know, and you need to just, the journey, not the destination. That's what it was. Just finding peace in those moments where you take a step back and live for the day. Anyways, I don't know. I'm rambling here. But let's jump in and see. Why is the message overall? What is bringing this sense of optimism in for the collective here? Okay, so self-improvement. Okay. Bottom of the deck. The Magician, like that. Okay. So right away, I am seeing that this is somebody that has been working hard on themselves for a long time. You've been doing the work. This isn't for somebody that's like, you know what, it's time to make some changes in my life. Like, no, this is somebody that's been going at it for a really long time. And I am seeing that, I'm seeing the high priestess here. You could be the high priestess. You could be magical, probably more than you even realize, or you're just intuitive as fuck. But I see that you are finally stopping and smelling the roses, so to speak, where you realize that you don't have to have it all figured out, that how things are in this moment can be beautiful as they are without things always going in your favor or your way. And you know what, that's where the real magic happens, though, is that moment you step into surrender. And I have found, even in my own personal experiences, it's that moment where you know, that saying, like, keep the vision, trust the process. Like, it's in that moment where you hold a faith of optimism and you trust that things aren't working or happening to you, they're working for you. And when you're able to just have that perception shift with the hangman here, that's when you can really step into your strength, and you can really make those changes and feel the self-mastery when you're able to, you know, go into the world and not be affected by it. By no means, especially, like, this is definitely for somebody that probably is very empathic, and you may have struggled with, you know, your gifts or maybe boundaries even. I mean, I know for me, I isolated so much trying to really just understand myself and my boundaries of my energy, and understand what is mine and what is yours. And the thing is that a lot of people totally underestimate just how much other people do affect us, because we are instruments in a sense. Just like how, like, a tuning fork will start, you know, vibrating to the same frequency of another already vibrating frequency. That happens with us. We are instruments. We're little radio stations, honestly. And you have to be careful about, you know, who you surround yourself with if your defenses are down. But that's not to say that you have to go out and live in a world of fear. It's about accepting that you know, this has a lot of, with this sun here, a lot of solar plexus energy here. So this is definitely somebody that is, you know, that third chakra here with your solar plexus, your confidence, your willpower, your strength, where, you know, just as Jesus said, you know, you're in the world, but don't be of the world, type thing, where that's kind of the whole point of self-mastery is, you know, you can't hide from people or avoid conflict, but that's the true marker of, you know, growth, is when you are able to be in any environment and you are able to still be your authentic self and not be swayed by it. And it takes a long time to get there. Like the strength card showing up here, you know, you see it's a woman here, and you can, in this interpretation, the way that my intuition is showing me is she's taming the lion or the beast within her, and it's not easy, especially when you have super empathic abilities. And then, not to mention, just, you know, the world that we live in and the frequency, even the Schumann resonance is increasing, which means that we are on a collective level, we are rising in consciousness. So I think, at least especially within the last 5 years, 10 years really, it's been very difficult to see what is yours, what is mine. And I am seeing that this message is absolutely for somebody that is stepping into a place of after a long period of working on the self. I think yesterday or the day before, I had a reading about how healing, it's, you know, it's a spiral, and how, you know, healing is not linear, and that's okay. And sometimes it feels like you're going back to heal. certain parts of you. But at one point, when you take a minute, when you take a beat and you realize, like, you know, a lot is in hindsight, 2020 hindsight, where you really have to stop and see how far you have come. A lot of people, they get, you know, lost in the shuffle. Excuse me, my throat. Excuse me. Anyways, a lot of people, they get lost in the routine, the shuffle of doing this, doing that, you know, and you don't have a minute to really stop and see the progress. And that goes within on an individual level, and even on a collective level, even this world. I mean, there's obviously always going to be things that are wrong in this world, but I don't think we've really taken a minute to even, like, see how far we have come, and we're constantly looking to see what is wrong, when sometimes, like, taking a minute and just realizing what is right makes all the difference. The Magician. You are attracting, you are strong, you are really stepping into your power again. But I think that with this person, this message is for everything's gonna be all right. I don't know, I mentioned earlier in this video, though, just about the art of surrendering. And I tell you that it wasn't until, even with my own life, I don't want to, like, jump into it, but, like, yeah, I could write a book about bullshit that I've experienced. And I will tell you, though, when you are able to step into your faith, and I'm not talking about whether you believe in Jesus or if you believe in, you know, I don't care if you're Christian, Jewish, Islam, atheist. I don't care. It's not about that, because the one thing that I have learned is that the divine doesn't even necessarily care how you worship or respect it. It's just a fact of keeping it sacred and holy at the end of the day. But where was I even going with that? Oh, surrendering, yes. When you are able to surrender over and you become less of trying to force and stuff, just on an energetic scale, what happens is when you are constantly trying to force things in your life, what often happens, and this is even on you can look at physics, the law of physics and everything, just like a magnet on the two sides. If you're constantly chasing something, you're pushing it away. And sometimes even, like, you'll look at master manifestors, even, they will tell you that, like, if something that you're trying to do is not working, just take a minute and go have fun. Because one, when you're having fun, you're raising your vibration, but also two, when you're doing that, you're no longer casting this resistant energy. And I tell a lot of clients this too, even especially when it comes to love. And I mean, maybe this is for somebody that is, like, you know, still stuck on something in their past, or a person, you know, looking for reconciliation, or even wondering if they're going to come back. And it's like, I tell people, like, listen, if you genuinely want someone back in your life, like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'll tell you what you're doing isn't working, because what you have to first do is you're not operating on the same frequency as you once were with this person. So even on an energetic scale, you're not lining up. So what you have to do is, you're worrying and you're constant pressure and worried about, like, when are they going to reach out? Like, I'll get people that will, you know, order readings, and they'll be like, you know, when can I hear from them? And it's like, well, I can look into when you're going to hear from them, but you also have to play your part in this, and understand that your constant worrying and pressure and whatever on the situation, what you're actually doing is you're casting subconscious doubt on the other person. And this doesn't even have to do with people. This is like with situations even. And it's that moment that you let go and let up and you surrender yourself over and have faith, and then you call back your energy and you focus on yourself. And you do this by doing things that you enjoy, by hobbies, eating healthy, moving your body. I mean, you don't have to be a gym rat to have to make energies move in your way, but moving your body, like if you want to manifest, like moving your body is a great way to increase your manifestation power, so to speak. But quote, end quote. But yeah, so the moment you let up on that gas, like what you're actually doing is you're allowing the universe, God, to work on an energetic scale for it to have room to come in, because you're no longer forcing or pushing like a magnet on the same side, and that makes all the difference. So anyways, tangent over. Anyway, so what's coming? What is coming for the collective? I like that. Reunion, good times, disconnection. I want him to come out there. I'll keep the Six of Swords. Yeah, so you can feel this on an intuitive level. Just change is coming. You don't have to always know where you're headed, though. The worst is over. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, no. This isn't a bad ending. This is maybe an ending to the bullshit, but this is speaking of the worst is over, and you can feel that. You can just tell after a whole lot of work. Yeah. Your cups. That was yesterday's reading, I believe, and it was about all 10 cups. 10 is completion, feeling fulfilled, and it can speak of, one cycle or starting a cycle in the sense of things are all good. On a family level, this can be love. I do feel like love is coming in for someone, or just your relationship is about to get a lot better, especially if you've been going through a lot, especially with that reconciliation energy too, I was feeling too. But yeah, so this all, my gosh, why is my voice doing this? Maybe you have been afraid to speak up, or maybe you've just been afraid to speak your truth, or I don't know. See something, say something that's relevant for somebody. Maybe you need to say something. Maybe you know of something. Maybe you're doing a disservice to yourself and somebody by not speaking up. That's for somebody. That's for either a Leo, that's for a fire or a water sign, I'm feeling. But yeah, no, this is beautiful. So the worst is over, but you have to start speaking up. And so this is igniting your solar plexus. And that's really what this is all about, is it's finding the sunshine in your own heart and your own soul. Not to get all deep, dude, but that's what it's about. Getting out of your head. No, like that spiral, I mean, that's what's stopping you. Yeah, okay. So slow and steady wins the race here with this guy showing up. Knight of Pentacles. So this has probably been very gradual moving for you. But what I'm seeing with this Nine of Swords in the world here is that heavier emotions, the emotions that we're keeping, like you're just leveling up is basically what I'm seeing. Like the things that like once were hard or holding you back, or just certain like ways of thinking, like they're just no more. And I feel like this isn't even like a forced thing. I feel like you're just entering into a new era almost in your life. And again though, with the hindsight 2020 thing that I mentioned earlier, sometimes like you just gotta stop and take a beat though to really realize and congratulate yourself. I mean shit, make a list of like where you're at. even if not a lot's going on in your life, like sometimes just peace of mind and just a good attitude is all you need to make shit happen for you, to open up. Like, again, I don't know, I'm being drawn to this. The divine feminine. Talk about your love. So, what's the message here with this reading? Who we got? The cosmic egg, the divine feminine. So yes, this is for somebody that is, I think, mastering themselves in a sense where you are bringing in that intuitive nature within you that I mentioned earlier. Like, you're super empathic, but you may have had boundary issues. And the thing is that's like your divine feminine within you. But also, the whole point is you want to bring in the divine feminine to merge with your divine masculine within you, and it's by doing so within your solar plexus that you're going to find this balancing state. I love that there's a squirrel like jumping through the trees as confirmation. Like, it doesn't matter how you get there. But the divine feminine, I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever expanding love. Yes, you are. I swear it's not my first day shuffling. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job, and amen, sister. Because it is. Like, look, it is. Everything starts from within you. In that solar plexus region, like bridging it to the heart space too. Like, how you look, how you feel, everything. Come on. Everything starts from the inside out. Like, if you want world peace, like I'm telling you, it's not outside of you. It's an inside job first. Same with abundance. All of this. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Yes, it was. I don't know. Your attitude is just everything, though. I'll tell you that. Like, this is just very, I love this energy just in the fact that, like, you're no longer afraid. And when you're not afraid, and you're not afraid to laugh even, like, maybe you're somebody that takes stuff very seriously. This is just saying, like, go play a little. Especially this time of year, you know, and especially, you know, not everybody has the happiest family dynamics, and I know a lot of people, you know, it can be hard too for a lot of people where it's like these are, you're mourning or you lost somebody, or this time of year is more sad than joyous. But here's the thing. This life is so temporary, and even if you're hurting or like, you know, doesn't matter what happened to you. It just matters if you're able to find that purpose in that pain. So definitely, like, if you've lost somebody recently, or you're just feeling, and I mean quite literally, or a breakup or anything, like, I'm sorry if you're going through pain, but I feel like that's like the older version of you, though, and I feel like you are stepping into this place where beautiful things are on their way for you, and you can start to feel that. Like, it's just time to master the self. But not in a super controlled way either, though. And I think that is sort of like the biggest theme of this whole reading, though, is just how you can master yourself by letting go of control and not having to have all the answers all the time. This is very Taoist. I don't know if somebody maybe want to look into Taoism or Wu Wei. Just be like water and flow. Water is so powerful. Water's emotion, but also water, a river, like the way that it can shape a rock even. It's such a powerful force, as your emotions are. And your emotions are so strong in controlling how you interact with life and how life interacts back with you. And I think that's important to take away, at least from this reading, is to realize that, like, for one, again, you don't have to have it all figured out, but also, like, you don't have to keep forcing things. And it's also, it's kind of like when, I mean, I swear to God, it was like losing my damn mind where I found myself. And sometimes you gotta lose your fucking mind to find yourself, or you gotta go through it. And it's hard to make sense of that when you're in the midst of it or in the thick of it, but like once you're through it, my God, it's such a beautiful, victorious feeling, you know? It's always darkest before dawn. And I feel like that's kind of it. Like the sun is coming up into maybe sun is coming back out for somebody that's very deserving of it. I mean, I believe we all deserve love. We all deserve happiness. It's our birthright, but, you know, there are some pretty shitty people out there that don't necessarily deserve it. But you, my friend, I feel like you genuinely deserve it. You've done the work, and you're following your intuition. With this solar plexus, too, I want to say, as an exercise for somebody to do, if you just take right under, you know, like, your rib cage where it splits, if you're able to just with your hand go like this on your skin, on, you know, your stomach area or your mid chest or whatever, right over your solar plexus, what you're doing is you're I don't want to say you're seeding it, but you're getting that energy going, you're getting that energy flowing, and if you're sensitive, like this seems like you are, you'll feel a sensation where you're actually helping unblock and unleash this energy. And if you focus your energy, you can feel it go up through you know, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown, blah, blah, blah. But you can also feel it going below you into your sacral and your root chakra and into the ground. And when you can do this, you can find your balance, and you're going to feel a lot more energetic, and you're going to feel more willing to just go with it. So that might be an exercise, especially if you ever deal with lethargic energy, or, you know, whatever. I'm telling you, just like take your hand and just in a circular, I guess go counterclockwise first, counterclockwise, and feel it and really tune in. You'll feel the sensation, and that's really just getting your chakra moving. But yeah. For those that don't know, chakra, that's wheelhouse for energy. Many believe that there are 7 main ones in the body. I believe that we have like 144,000 chakras within the body, but the 7 main ones are pretty standard. That's just, I am of the belief. I will never shove my beliefs down anybody's throat, but I will tell you what I have and have not experienced. And that's kind of where I've gotten in my life too, and that might be where you're getting in life. Like, I no longer believe like fucking shit unless I've experienced it. But with that being said, I spent like probably like 2 or 3 years literally like of just straight meditating for like hours a day to get to this point though too. It took a lot of dedication to myself, a lot of love to myself too. And let me tell you, I did not always love myself. And I still, you know, it's hard. It's hard, especially if you've been told by society, you know, that you don't either fit certain standards, or even family members. Maybe you're somebody that grew up in a household like I did, that you weren't always, even if you were beautiful, you were told you weren't. But I don't know. I'm just saying that, oh, well, I think you're beautiful, but I think that you are really moving into a really beautiful time in your life. And I think that now is a time to say, YOLO, fuck it, let the good times roll. Who cares about money? Money comes and goes. It really does. Trust that. Surrender it over. You want to be stressed? I promise you, you're going to have the same... No, that's a lie. You'll probably have more money if you stop like stressing about money. So yeah, this is also somebody that needs to like maybe look into more like manifestations, maybe start like affirmations, or this is just controlling your energy more in a way that allows you to be your authentic self and feel authentic and just go with it. My God, speak, child. My throat, I don't know, it's like very shaky. Maybe you need to drink your water too. You know, water is maybe you were betrayed. Back to water though. Water is so important. It really genuinely is. It controls your emotions, but on top of it, like, think about this. Like, we are 70% water. The earth is like 70% water. I know it's not like on fact, like it's probably like whatever it is, but think of it. The moon controls the tides of the ocean. Think of this. The moon controls the tides of the ocean, which is a powerful force beyond us. We have that same water within us. Like, drink your water. Like, when you're dehydrated, like, you just kind of you can get swept in the way of life. And I'm not even, that's another reading. I don't even know why I'm rambling again. This could definitely be for somebody that needs to get focused and fixated on what it is that they want more. This is definitely manifestation energy all over it too. Like, get more clear on what you want and surrender. And yeah. But drink your water. But yeah, so the worst is over. I genuinely feel like that. Might have had toxic attachments, whatever. In a quick little little short video I posted, I think yesterday too. I just did. It's a Reiki healing, so all you have to do is like it, and your energy intertwines with it. But you can watch it for a cord cutting. If there's attachments to things that you're still trying to move through, whether these are thoughts, people, places, things, pick a noun, person, place, or thing, whatever, you can watch it, and you can watch it as many times as you want. Even you can download it, but that is definitely not only symbolic of these attachments leaving you, but it's also Reiki healing, so it does go just for you, and it is your own cord cutting where you don't have to maybe go seek it out or whatever, pay for one or do a ritual yourself. But just saying, it's a powerful one, and it's free, so there's that. But I'm hearing citrulline. Maybe that's a crystal you want to work with right now, especially with the solar plexus. But yeah, drink your water, focus, write those manifestations on, and most of all, get into a place of joy, okay? Because beautiful things are coming. You should be proud of yourself. You're fucking beautiful, and you're mastering yourself. And that's all I gotta say about that. Okay? Well, anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful day. Thanks.